touch them.
So we have a deal then. Right.
I'll catch you. Never mind.
We want more. Come on, we're not taking that.
What do you say, Tom? You're getting a good deal, huh? Good man. Well done.
Go on.
Okay. Not selling today, Mr. Dorn. I don't see your cattle.
I have a disinclination to be cheated.
You'll not get a better price anywhere.
Not anywhere in this town. Tom? Jay?
Now, you're not going to be asking us how much we got for them.
On account of we're not telling.
You know what the old man would be doing to us if we did.
So don't bother asking.
Fair enough. I wouldn't want to be the one coming between you and the old man. Can I stand you a pint, then? You'll be needing it before you tell him how little you took.
We took no less than he told us we could.
Shut up, Jay.
I'll tell you what, I'm in a betting mood today. I'll bet you that shearing knife of mine you've always wanted if you didn't take 20 shillings a head less than you did last year.
That knife wouldn't take an edge anymore.
But she's a beauty to look at. You could hang her on the wall for decoration.
Shut up, Jay. Can't you see what he's doing?
Where's the harm in a bit of a wager?
The knife against what?
Against nothing, I'm that sure.
What did the old man say? You tell nobody.
So you're saying we took 20 shillings a head less than we did last year?
Mm-hmm.
For your shearing knife?
Mm-hmm.
Will you lose, boys?
Shut your face!
We only took 10 shillings a head less.
That's it. Fergus Mullaney. Are you in here, Fergus?
Who wants him?
Your boys are at us again. Best go separate them before they do damage to themselves.
Never mind them. It's the cows I'm worried about. When you two are ready to behave, come and tell me the cause of this.
I'm the cause, Fergus. I tricked out of him that you sold for even less than what you got last year. And that was low enough.
Well, you should know. You got your own to sell.
I held them out, figuring this would happen.
Maybe you can afford to.
I can't any more than you, Fergus. But I'm tired of getting cheated all the time.
Look, the jobbers come in knowing we've got nowhere else to go and we have to accept their prices.
Listen to the radio. There's a war starting. That means cattle prices going up.
That means a lot of young men getting killed. Think of that with your war.
I didn't order that bine.
Sure, eat it anyway. It'll put some meat in your bones. It's on the house.
She's got a knife for you, that one.
Not interested.
She's comely enough.
Not like your Annie, though.
Oh, Annie, she's the beauty, all right. You know, her sisters are off to London this year to become nurses.
Annie's the only one you have left, then.
Mm-hmm. I still have Annie. You think she's beautiful?
Everyone does.
I'm asking you.
I'd be lying if I didn't say she's beautiful.
She is my heartbeat, that girl. She's my special one. Oh, I love the others, but Annie, I'll never let that darling girl go. I'll tell you plain, if anyone tries to carry her away from me, blood will flow. If any man ever comes near her, I'll pull off his head like you'd pull the cork out of an ink bottle. No, I'm being too lenient. I'll skin him alive, and I'll strangle him with his own belt. Eat up your grub, boy. Do you good.
I'm really not hungry.
Ah, you need a pint to wash it down.
Vester! Vester McCarthy! You've got customers waiting. We want 2 pints.
All your water, Fergus. I hear you didn't bring your cattle in. You're making a mistake, boy. You'll not get a better price anywhere.
Tell your man to offer a fair price and I'll have him in tomorrow.
He's not my man.
Really? Well, who's behind him then, slipping him the money so he can pay for them?
Setting the prices as well.
Aye.
Well, I've got nothing to do with that.
And if my aunt wore pants, she'd be me uncle, wouldn't she?
You know what's wrong with you farmers? You live in a dream world. Some kind of airy fairyland that's got nothing to do with what's real.
What's real, Vester?
Supply and demand, boy.
Vester McCarthy.
Supply and demand.
See that fella now? He'd sell his own mother if he thought he'd make a profit out of it.
I've an idea, Fergus.
Mark, they have us over a barrel.
And maybe they haven't.
Pleasure, so now I'll take my leisure. And the next time that you hear, 'twill be a letter from New York. So, goodbye, Mershkin Durkin. Sure, I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the praties, no longer I'll be fooled. For as sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Where instead of digging praties, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Go on, go on, go on. Good night, Mark. Up, go on. Up. Go on.
They took 10 shillings less a head, man. The Mullaneys. And the others too.
What else could they do?
We get twice as much at Trolloc Station.
Trolloc Station?
At the big fair.
We'd get even more if we floated them across the sea and sold them in Liverpool. You're serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mark. Trolloc Station's 40 miles away and we have no transport. How do you expect to get them there?
They've got legs, haven't they?
It's a daft idea. Have you fed the calves?
I'll be home for supper. God bless all here.
Ah, Mark.
Hiya, Mark.
Hiya.
Ah, Mark. Come in. Sit down by the fire, boy.
If you don't mind, I'll first cool off a bit, Fergus. The walking, you know.
Well, Mark, what's new around the world?
The Pope has made an appeal for peace and has asked everyone everywhere to pray for us.
Blast him, the old meddler. Why doesn't he keep his bald head out of it? Let them at it, so we may get a decent price for our cattle.
Oh, dear God, that's a terrible way to talk about the Holy Father. You'll go straight to hell.
Let him stick to his prayers. If there's a war, the price of cattle will double, just like it did the last time.
Shame on you.
And the Germans will beat the stuffing out of the British. And we'll have a united Ireland, free from top to tail.
Give me the British before the Huns any day.
Sit down, woman, and don't provoke me.
You're nothing but a foolish man.
Hitler is a madman. Everybody says so.
And you're a bloody fool, Fergus Mullaney, thinking only of yourself and the price of cows.
You beware, woman.
Beware!
I'd better go see after him.
You see what I have to put up with? Me, a man who fought for his country while most of his neighbors were under the bed. An ungrateful wife, that's what. And this.
Ungrateful truck.
I was never good with machinery.
How was your mother?
Never better.
She's a great woman. You will never see a poor day while your mother's alive, Mark. My own dear mother, God rest her. She's sitting on a silver chair tonight in the hallowed halls of heaven. I had a great mother.
Did anybody in this part of the world ever drive cattle to Trellick Fair?
So that's your grand idea. Well, you're not the first to have it, you know.
But has it ever been tried?
Can't be done.
Why not? It's only 40 miles.
What are you thinking of doing? Driving them along the road like as if they were motor cars? You can't afford lorries like the jobbers can. You'd have to take them cross-country, through the bogs and the thickets, watching out for thieves who'd be only too willing to run off at your strays. And you can never rely on the weather. No. There's many a good reason why it hasn't been done.
There's always reasons not to do something. Will you come in with me?
Are you sure? Are you sure this is something you want to do?
I'm certain of it.
Well, I have a few heifers and Roscrays and weanlings that I've been holding back for a better price. You're welcome to take them along.
Thank you, Fergus.
You'll find others thinking the same. With a bit of luck, put together a goodly herd. You'll need drovers.
I'll get them. You must have a handful of cows among you.
Yeah, well, one thing is sure. We'll go along with you on the day, with or without cattle.
No thanks. I can get half the countryside to come along with me just for the fun of the thing.
Yeah.
It's the cattle I need, not wasters.
Mark, you know we're not wasters. Look, we have the cattle and we're going to go along with you.
All right, so the Sullivans aren't wasters.
Mark! Lad!
Rector.
Is it true what they're all saying about you?
Well, that depends now, doesn't it, on just what they're saying.
That you've a plan to drive cattle all the way to Trolloc.
Have you something against it?
On the contrary, a good lesson is what those jobbers need. But I think it best you keep your plans to yourself. Faraway cows have long horns.
Are you insinuating that I listen to what don't concern me?
Oh, tell me what you heard, Bester, and I'll tell you if it concerned you.
I heard nothing that wasn't meant to be heard. And I'm telling you, Mark Doran, they're driving cattle to Trolloc Fair instead of selling them here to benefit the people you live among.
You mean you?
I mean prosperity begins at home.
Prosperity for whom? For the jobbers and their puppet master, is it?
Is it me you're calling a name?
If the shoe fits.
There are witnesses here. And you make another such accusation. I don't care what Protestant collar you're wearing.
All he's saying is that your jobbers are robbing the people of this town, right, left, and centre.
My jobbers.
Yours to the hilt, Bester, since you're the one paying them to keep their prices down. And then splitting the profits when they sell them afterwards.
I'm warning you.
Okay, that's enough. The rector has more important things to be thinking about. Like, when are you going to convert me?
I'll immerse you this minute if you'll come to the river with me.
Will you do two for the price of one?
Now you've spoiled it. Bina has an eye for you.
I know.
I must go now. But I'll leave you with a one-word suggestion, which you may freely disregard. Reconnaissance.
Annie. I didn't surprise you?
Who else could it be?
I forget the practical woman you are. So, did you have trouble getting away?
No, but I can't stay long. We'd best get on with it. That's enough of that.
It's never enough.
Well, it'll have to be. You said you had a plan.
I'm seeing me Auntie Maeve tonight. She has a friend who knows the lay of the land.
A plan about us.
What about us?
You said you had a plan.
About the cattle drive.
Not about us.
I guess I didn't make it plain. I'm sorry.
Then you've no plan about us getting married. Just about the cattle.
You're disappointed?
Why should I be disappointed? We talk about marriage all the time and never do anything about it. Why should I be disappointed this time?
I'm sorry, Annie. Me mind's been taken up.
Are we getting married or not?
Of course we're getting married. I love you. I want to marry you. As soon as I ask your father.
Well, then ask him.
Oh, I can ask him, all right. That's easy enough. Fergus Mullaney, I wish to marry your daughter, Annie, if you don't mind. Oh, is that what you wish he says? And then he tears me head off.
Then don't ask him. Just face up and tell him.
Just tell him.
Yes.
It'll have the same result now, wouldn't it? Me without a head. I mean, the whole idea of you leaving
Then
it...
what do we do? Sneak and skulk the rest of our lives? I love you too, Mark. I want us to be married. And I would like that to be, if you don't mind, before I'm too old to bear children.
That's nothing to joke about.
You think I'm joking? That's a man's response now, isn't it? You're going to have to face up to him sooner or later. Are you that afraid?
Your father is fearsome when aroused, Annie. He's been known...
So you're saying I'm in love with a coward?
No, absolutely not. Fear is not a mark of cowardice. What you do when you're fearful, now that's the sign.
Then what are you planning to do?
I'm thinking on it. Right now, my head's occupied.
With cows? Well, I'm not a cow, Mark Doran, and you'd better start thinking on that.
We will get married. I promise you.
Only we can't wait forever.
my flower. You grow more like your father every day. Those same eyes, those same looks, as though butter wouldn't melt. I still miss him, you know.
You grew up close, he always said.
Brother and sister against the world. Your mother's well?
Very well. She sends her best.
And mine to her. How's Annie?
Annie Mulaney.
Don't go innocent on me. You know right well which Annie I mean. Come on, when are you two going to...
Soon enough.
Well, if you want me speaking to Fergus...
No. No, I'll handle Fergus.
Well, you'll be the first to live to tell that tale. Right, so, let's go. I'm going to go with the light.
Maeve.
Yes, that's me.
I appreciate your help. You know that. But you're not going on the drive. I hope I've made that plain.
You have. You have. And I passed on your concern to the weanlings, and they insist I go with them. They're not like the bullocks. You know, they need comforting.
I'm serious, Maeve. It'll be too hard on you.
You need all the help you can get.
Got good men.
There was never a good man that wasn't made better by a good woman.
I'm taking your cows, not you.
You are the spitting image of your father. The way you put your hand down there like that.
I mean it.
So did he. For all the good it did him. Come on, let's go.
Now, first you've got a riverbed, but that's almost dry this time of year and will give you no trouble. And soon after, you're on to Philly Hines' place, where you'll rest up after the herd have stripped his field, and strip it they will.
I don't mind getting well paid.
That's good, because I haven't. Now, you leave Philly's at first light and proceed northward, but you've got a peat bog here, and you must cross it direct.
We'll be careful.
Now, you keep north until you get to the swamps. You'll need hay waiting for you. Give the herd a rest there.
Call them off, Martin.
They're not on, Vester. I'd call them on. Have your throat torn out of you by now.
Oh, yeah?
Have a seat.
I'm fine, thanks. Your boys are on?
Why? You need him for a job?
You heard about the cattle drive young Doran's planning.
To Tralloc? He'll never get there. That country's too rough.
And what if he does? It's bad news for all of us, Martin.
I'll make out.
Don't be a fool, man. She'll make your living from me. Who else would buy those cows you steal?
It's not stealing.
Oh, of course not. They're only strays you find lonesome on the road. Look, I'm out of business if that lad succeeds.
Well, you got your pub.
Which only pays the rent, Martin. Little more than that. It's the cattle that brings the real profit.
So what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that those cows don't reach Tralloc.
And then you're off to Bessie's.
Bessie who?
Just Bessie. She's been married so many times with so many names, she's just become Bessie to one and all. Now, you're in wild country and you won't see as much clover as would put a patch on the seat of your trousers. Are you getting this now?
Don't worry about him. He's a respectful boy, and he has learned to listen.
Good. Now comes the test.
What test?
You are now climbing the Cnoconeen, which is a haunted hill. There's many would avoid it. If you want to arrive early in Trolloc with a healthy herd, you'll have to climb the haunted hill and bed down for 2 nights, because that hill is green, and if it's green, it's grass. Let your herd feed on that grass. Rest well, because you've the very dry open fields to cross without feed on your last days to Trolloc.
And you've proof the hill is haunted by the folk?
The old native Irish, tiny, blocky men with ferocious strength and naked as newborn babes.
And they've been seen?
All I can say is this: many a braggart climbed that hill with black hair and came down with white.
Philly Hind is a good man to lend us his field.
That old man was right, you know. Our herd will strip it to clay in one evening.
Now, what are we giving him for this?
Well, the use of my field when his is bare.
I was thinking of getting his wife a present. I might get her a bottle of Lourdes water. She's very devout, you know, very devout to the Blessed Virgin.
And where are we going to get Lourdes water?
All water's the same. It's the thought that matters. Now, what I'll do is I'll find another very devout woman and I'll get her to bless the water, right? And we needn't tell her that she's transforming ordinary water into Lourdes water. Now, one of us is enough to carry the guilt. And since the whole plan is mine, I hereby absolve all of ye. Oh.
For 4 years in France without a single accident. Not of my own accord, that is. Blown up a few times, but that was enemy shelling. And I don't count that against me. Sheep! Hold on! Sheep! Bloody sheep! They think they own the road. I'll be out in a minute.
Crazy.
The man's named Fizz Moran, and I'm told he's eager to help us do our reconnaissance. Though I'm not exactly sure why.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm on the side of the little man. Not because I'm of small stature myself.
We're very grateful for your help.
This looks like a good wide street to stand our cattle.
There you could be wrong, my young friend. It's on the way to the railroad station. That means a continuing traffic of cows going up to the pens. No, no, no. Avoid this street like the plague.
Well, then, where is the best place for us?
This is the best possible place in the whole of Trolloc to stand your cattle. The Durango, the hub of the fair. Every prospective buyer comes up here to be seen.
And this is where we'll put them and hope for acceptance.
Not so fast.
We have to pay.
It's not a question of payment. The square is free to all the citizens of Ireland. No, 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 no. It's a matter of tradition. For 200 years, the landed families around here have been standing their cattle on this spot.
The landed families.
Well, one in particular.
who imagines this choice piece of public property belongs exclusively to him.
He doesn't imagine. He knows.
Ah. And the name of this lord and master?
Bill Gobberly of Gurtnagreena.
Ah, I've heard of the man. Not filled with the milk of human kindness.
And if we were to stand our cattle on this spot,
There would be bloodshed.
but it could be done.
You don't know what you'd be up against.
Still, it could be done.
It never has been. You'd have terrible odds against you. Going up against the Gobberleys? Oh, I don't know. Still, with organization, with flair, and with the right men, possibly. I wouldn't say probably. But could it possibly be done? With those three elements firmly in place? Possibly.
Well, then, the rector here will supply the flair. We have the right men for the job. And as you well know, our village is famed for the organizing quality of its people.
I didn't know that.
It's not just your own stock, you know. It's my father's, and your aunt's, and the Sullivans, and some of the others who only have a few cows, and that's their whole life.
I'm aware of that.
They're all of them trusting you.
I know I'm carrying their hopes.
And it doesn't weigh you down a bit.
It lifts me up. I accept the obligation. I might have a bit more than some, you know, but all that means is more reason to help those who don't have as much.
I mean, there's so much that can go wrong.
I'll not be discouraged, you know.
I'm not trying to discourage you, only that it's a bold undertaking.
Well, it takes a bold man now, doesn't it? To undertake a bold enterprise. Such as, eating these berries now, if I can be so bold.
Keep out of that basket, they're needed for tarts.
I'm only taking a few.
You're taking a few each time, that adds up to a bit more than a few.
Do you trust me, Annie?
Not with berries.
Do you trust me?
You asked me that.
I'm waiting for an answer.
Do you think I'd be here now if I didn't? You'll succeed. I know you will.
You know me, Annie. When I set my mind to a thing, there's no stopping me.
So you're ready then?
Ready, willing, and able.
That fruit's needed for the tarts.
One won't make the difference. Have one yourself.
Annie! Annie! Annie, where the devil have you been? Your mother's been looking for you. What are you doing here?
He was coming to see you. He's ready now.
Ready for what?
His mind's all set and he's wanting to tell you.
You're coming to see me?
He was.
Well, I have to say there's a shorter way to my house than over this hill.
But not a bolder one.
It's a similar hill to what we'll meet driving the cattle. I thought I could get a few ideas about the obstacles.
I see. And, what were you coming to see me about that your mind is so set on?
Only to tell you the drive's all arranged.
I'd best be taking these down.
And, the route plan?
And the hay arranged for.
And the place in Trolloc where you'll be standing on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my son's told me all that. There's no need for you to tell me that in person.
I'm a big believer in face-to-face.
Same as myself. Annie, for example. Any man should hurt her. I do nothing behind his back. Face-to-face it'll be. With a shovel. I'll take his head clean and clear off his shoulders.
You were always a man of strong feeling.
That's right. So, any idea about the obstacles?
The obstacles?
The reason you came over the hill?
Oh. Yes, I've always been clear about the obstacles.
Good. Life is full of obstacles. And it's better to know what they are so you can avoid them.
Or surmount them.
Well, no. That depends on the obstacle, doesn't it?
No. Sometimes it just depends on the person. Now, my friends, keep your eyes open at all times, and remember that at no time are the horse and wagon to be left unattended. On Sunday, we'll be obliged to miss Mass, but it's safe to say we're doing God's work because we're helping the poor, namely ourselves. Nothing will stop us. We will get to Trolloc and enter the Durango with our heads held high and our cattle standing there for all to see.
Hunt your boy!
Oh, yeah.
I know we carry your hopes with us.
Don't fail us now.
We won't. I promise you all. We will not fail you. With God's help, we will succeed.
We will.
Let's be on our way then.
Wait! Wait now. Wait for this old fella. Come on. On now. He hasn't been doing his duty lately, and I thought I just might as well sell him. Will you take him, Maeve?
I will.
I know he served your cattle well the last time I loaned him to you.
He did.
I know you look after him.
I'll take great care of him for you, Fergus, I will.
He could still do well, you know, if only he'd put his mind to it.
So you're not coming with us?
Ah, no, I think you've got enough help.
Well, you'll be missed.
Good luck to you. Bye, old fella.
Are we ready then?
We are.
Yes.
We are. Yeah, here we go, right. Come on, come on.
Let's go.
Take him to Trolloc, son.
Thanks, Mum.
God go with you.
That's it, go on, go on. Good job. That's easy now, that's easy. Watch out, watch.
Bring him this way.
Nice and easy, nice and easy.
Hello, lads! Bring him on in here! Grand day for them!
It's a lovely day, Mrs. Hines.
Now, have a cup of tea, love.
Bet you never believed you'd get this far, huh?
Well, I believe it now.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And the cows!
Get up. It's your turn, bud.
Good night, Mark.
Good night.
Good night, Annie.
Old man was right. Look, strip to the clay.
Wait! Wait! You need this if you're going to cross Knock-on-Een. It's holy water from Lourdes, and there's no finer protection.
Aye, save the water, love. See you soon.
Take care now. God be with you.
Keep them moving, come on. Yeah. Momentum up.
This field used to belong to the Butlers years ago. I drove for them one time as a boy. It was a terrible year for potatoes that year. Good folk dying all around.
People complain now, but there was real starvation then.
Not as bad as the famine. It was all the potatoes' fault, you see. They were after leaving us down again.
You can't go blaming the potatoes. Men make famine.
Go!
The bogs. We'd have to keep them on the path.
Okay, so come on.
Don't rush them. Easy together. Don't rush the fight.
Easy, girls.
Keep tight. Come on. Hey, come on here. Come on.
Let's go, Billy.
Take your time. Don't rush them now. Watch the signs.
Right, step up, wagon.
Behind you. Don't rush them.
Come on now, lads. Up.
Mark! There's two going back! Get them back in! The others will follow! There's two loose! Tom! Whatever you do, don't let the bull in the bog! Please! I promised Fergus! Get that bull out! Good boy!
What's so funny? What? You've had a smile on your face the last 3 miles.
I'm thinking about how I'll be spending the money. I thought maybe a car. One of those new little automobiles.
And where would you be getting the petrol with the war on?
Sure, it's not us that's at war.
Don't you read the papers? There's submarines sinking tankers right and left. We'll be lucky if we have...
Dogs. I thought I heard dogs barking.
They're silent now, whoever they are. But we best keep an eye peeled.
So, how will you be spending yours then?
Got responsibilities.
Oh, would one of them be 19 years of age with a manner she didn't learn from the sisters? A blind man around the two of you. If he couldn't tell from the sight, he could tell from the heat. But don't worry, Mark. Dad likes you. He'll only break a bone or two. Come on. The swamps where we left the hay.
Burnt. Burnt to the ground. Monsters.
Sylvester McCarthy, I knew we'd try something like this. It's the Moolies. I bet you it was their dogs I heard
Yeah,
earlier.
but Fester's behind it all.
Never mind that now. Got to get the cattle fed.
Wish.
Watch out there, lads!
Go on!
Keep the cattle together! Watch your back!
Keep the cattle together!
Get them away from the cattle! Watch out for the animal! Hold them! Hold them!
Keep them on the path! Careful!
Go on!
Get them back on the path!
Keep moving!
Come along now! Keep them out of the swamp!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I thought you could use a rear guard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ha, Rector! It was God himself who brought you here.
Oh, actually, it was a motorcycle.
It was the Mooley's doing, all right.
We can't stay the night here. We'll have to push on to Bessie's. She'll have fodder there for them.
Will we make it by nightfall?
If not, we'll go in the dark. The wagon will lead the way to make sure of the path.
Tom don't like the dark. Do you, Tom?
Shut your trap.
He's always been scared of the dark. He has, ever since he was little. I said shut up. He used to beg me.
Please don't blow out the light, Jay. Please
Right.
leave it on.
That's it.
Never do much harm to each other, though, do they?
It's not for the one to try it.
More a matter of skill, I'd say. Look how wide they throw their punches. Not the proper way at all. Now, you take the punch of the great Joe Louis, short and straight as an arrow.
You must be talking about the right hand, are you? Yeah. Because, you see, the left hand, well, to my knowledge anyway, the left hand comes from a much more roundabout route. But the devastation can be just as complete.
Madam, you surprise me with your knowledge of the manly art.
I'm a lifelong student of the ways men do their damage.
I'll go on ahead to see if the coast is clear.
And what about these battlers here?
They'll tire of it soon enough. Hello in the house?
Are you the army? Is it?
I'm Mark Doran, and I'm here in advance of a herd of cattle on the way to Trollope.
Good. I heard you were coming. Algie! Algie, you can come back now. 'Tis only a lad from the on the ways. Come back in, love, and put some clothes on. You can rest yourself. Until your cows arrive. He's a deserter from the army. God bless him. That's why he fled into the field. There's a patrol after him.
Oh.
You didn't see any soldiers, did you?
No.
Good. If they catch him, they'll beat him to a pulp. That's just for beginners.
Are you related to him then?
Never saw him before last night when he turned up shivering on the doorstep. Do you expect me to turn him away? A fine-looking lad like that. Sit down, love, and have a nourishing cup of tea. He's dressed like that because I'm dyeing his trousers another colour.
Those are army boots. They're sure to recognize them.
When he leaves, I've promised him these.
So, where are you headed?
England.
He's joining the British Army.
You're running away from one army to join another.
He's got his reasons, don't you, love?
They catch me, and it's 18 months in Cork Detention Centre. I've already spent 116 days in there, and I can tell you, it's no place for a human being.
And what did you do to get put in there?
Well, if stealing army socks and selling them to needy farmers is a crime, then I'm a guilty man. But where they sent me, hell is a picnic by comparison.
And he wants to fight. What's that fella's name, love?
Hitler.
He wants to fight someone named Hitler. And he don't even know the man.
Right.
Come on.
You're joining the British Army.
Take the king's shilling.
Betraying your own people.
Traitor. One for the books. Short and to the point.
Seems to me the Mulaney brothers spend more time on their back than they do on their feet.
You can turn me in, but I'm telling you now, you'll have to kill me to do it. I'm not going back to that hellhole, and I've nowhere else to go since the wife took sick and died of the consumption. When she died, the end of her was the end of me. So, I'm going to join the war because maybe something good will happen to me. And because I'm a fully trained Vickers machine gunner. And in the British Army, that's worth an extra 10 and 6 a week. No hard feelings, huh?
We're not turning you in.
And if you want to come along...
Yeah.
Why not? We could use an extra man. Especially one with spunk.
That's true.
I'd whistle and sing, and I'd follow the ship that my true love sailed in. And in the top rigging I'd there build my nest, and I'd pillow my head on his lily-white breast. I am a young maid and my story is sad, for once I was courted by a brave sailor lad. He courted me strongly by night and by day, but now my dear sailor has gone far away. He promised to take me to Donnybrook Fair, to buy me red ribbons to tie up my hair. And when he'd returned from the ocean so wide, he'd take me and make me his own loving bride. His parents, they slight me and will not agree that I and my sailor boy married should be. But when he comes home, I will greet him with joy, and I'll take to my bosom my dear sailor boy.
Thank you, Bess, for all you've done for me.
No, that's a thank you.
Come on now. Let's go. Jay.
Get up now.
You never said the Knuckaneen. You only said a hill.
Sure, 'tis only a hill. Same as any other.
It's not like any other. It's haunted.
I'm not paying you to stay the night on it. Just to graze your animals there.
We can camp down here at the base then.
Look, I don't care where you camp. I want your animals occupying the summit, so as nobody else can graze there.
Until when?
A couple of days, no more. What we agreed upon.
There's no going round. It'll take too long. We'll never get to the fair in time. We've got to go over that hill.
Then let's just go up there and drive the donkeys off.
That means a fight with the donkey men.
We can take care of them.
No. No fighting.
Oh.
Those donkey men won't go up on top. They're too afraid. They're afraid of the little people. Tiny, blocky men with ferocious strength and naked as newborn babies.
So?
So? He's little. So are you. And, begging your pardon, but you're no giant. Yes.
What's that?
What's what?
I heard something.
The animals.
No. He was closer.
One of them strayed down the hill.
It's no animal.
It was no human either.
It's the little people.
They're driving away the herd. Look!
You know, Algie, you may be a good machine gunner, but you also make one devil of a leprechaun.
I thought you might have a use for this.
Thank you.
You'll be moving out early in the morning, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be back tomorrow, bringing up the rear. Any provisions you might need?
Can I come with you? I've got some business.
Are you all right? Is there trouble?
Everything's fine. Will you marry me?
In the middle of the night?
I have a plan for us. Is it too cold for you out here? You're shivering.
I'm not shivering. I'm waiting.
I don't want you catching cold.
I'll catch the pneumonia if you don't soon tell me this plan of yours.
Okay. Listen to this. We don't ask your father, and we don't tell him.
He finds out in the tea leaves.
We elope.
That's your plan? We run away?
It's not exactly running.
It's not exactly staying either.
We'll just stop splitting hairs, Annie. We're almost to Trolloc. We're going to get there. I know it now, as sure as I know anything. I sell the cows, we'll have the money. And then there's a railroad at Trolloc. We slip away without anyone noticing. We get on that railroad train and we're off to Dublin or Cork or wherever we please, and there we get married.
Without ever telling him?
We tell him when we get back.
And what makes you think he won't tear off your head then?
Because I'll be his son-in-law.
You think he draws a line at relatives?
I think he would not want to deprive his daughter of a husband who might already be the future father of his only grandchild. In other words, his previous objections would be, as they say in a court of law, moot.
I will meet you in Trolloc.
Can you dream of a better plan? It's perfect.
And you think that way he'll give us his blessing? I would like that.
I know he will. Given the passage of time.
We marry and you keep your head on your shoulders.
You make it sound cowardly.
I don't mean to.
Well, maybe it is.
I wouldn't want a headless husband. But I'm not sure I like the sound of that word. Elope.
Will you forget the sound of it? It's the fact of it you like. We'll be married, Annie. It's all that matters.
Trolloc. There she is.
Is that an army lorry I see?
Aye. With soldiers around it.
Looking for me, I'm sure.
You can catch the train to Dublin from there.
Yeah, I hope so. And I can get out of this accursed country.
You're starting again.
Look, I didn't mean...
This country is not a curse. And I won't have you talking about it in that way.
Listen, I love this country. Honest, I do. Some of the people in it I don't like.
Get out of the
were times when I doubted we'd even make it this far. You've done a great job, Mark.
We've done it together.
Oh, no. You planned it. You're the leader. They all look up to you. Oh, come on, look, I hate modest men. They're no use to themselves or anybody else, always looking for a bushel to hide their light under.
You prefer a braggart, then?
No. I like a man who knows what he is.
I suppose he doesn't like what he knows.
Then he changes it. There's so much more in you, Mark, than you know.
Thank you, Auntie Maeve.
And I didn't say that just to put a smile on your face either, I can tell you.
We could get trapped. So dry.
Make you thirsty. Just to look at it.
Cross there and they start a fire.
Roast beef?
We have to do it, though. It's the shortest way.
No, we'll find a route along the river. Cross it if we have to.
We can't afford the time, Mark. We could get there too late.
You said it yourself. We've got to take the quickest way.
We must beat Gobbly tomorrow.
It's too big a risk going through that field. It's better to lose a few in the water than a lot in a fire.
We don't even know there's going to be a fire.
And we've got to get there.
We'll get there.
Before the best places are gone. What's the point in getting there if we've no place to stand the cattle? We've got to take the quickest way or it just won't be worth it.
He's got a point, you know.
We'll have come all this way for naught.
Might as well have stayed at home and sold them to Vesta.
I say we push on through and damn the fire.
They'll follow you, no matter what decision you make.
I don't know, Maeve. Don't know if I'm cut out to be a leader.
It's too late for that now.
What if I decide wrong?
Then you'll just be human like the rest of us.
And there'll be a lot of dead cows.
Yes, but it'll be your decision. This was all your idea, wasn't it? A great cattle drive to Trollope. Well, we're not there yet.
You know, I was right in not wanting you along.
Ah, well, there's no time for that either. Come on, just make your mind up, will you? Make your mind up. We're all waiting.
I say we cross the river.
Thank you!
We'll find a trail and come back for the rest of you.
Good luck.
Good.
There should be a place to cross up ahead.
If we get that far.
Uh-oh, trouble.
You there! Hold up! Have you seen anything of an Irish soldier around here? I'm looking for a deserter.
We haven't seen him.
We wouldn't tell you if we had.
Then you'd be breaking the law.
It wouldn't be the first time. And it wouldn't be the last time.
That's enough, mate.
Then you confess to seeing him.
Confess? Did I confess? My eyesight must be really failing me. I didn't notice you had your collar on backwards.
I told you, we haven't seen him.
And I know you're lying kind. You miserable lot wouldn't give the time of day to a man in uniform.
Who are you calling miserable? Or does it take one to know one?
Maeve.
I am a respectable woman, in case you haven't noticed, so go stuff a sock in it!
All right. That's it. Get down off there. I'm
Go
taking
away.
you in.
You're taking nobody. I told you, we've seen no deserter. Now, you can take our word, or you can explain to your superiors how you got a belly full of buckshot from interfering with honest farmers.
Well, just in case you happen to see the little weasel, tell him Sergeant Rowley was here, and I've got a nice warm bed waiting for him at the centre.
Let them pass.
Bob said that very good. I was dying for you to shoot him.
He's only doing his job.
Yeah, but he was enjoying his job. Would you have shot him, do you think? Well, you're a peaceful lad. Like your dad. God bless him.
We'll never know now, will we?
Go on!
looking in the wrong direction. It'll be coming from over there.
You look for the fire. I look for the sergeant.
Don't worry, Algie. We won't let him take you.
You don't know Sergeant Rowley. He's the devil himself. I can tell you, when I'm around that man, I can smell the fumes of hell coming out of him. That's why I know he's near. There's that same smell in the air. Algie, I can smell it right now.
That's what you smell, and it isn't your bloody sergeant. Fire!
Come on, lads! Before they're trapped! This way! Come on! Through here! Come on! Hurry, lads! Move!
Algie, come
Keep them out of the fire! Move! Come on! We're not far! Come on! Where's the river? Hurry, lads! I can't see it! Watch up! Up ahead there! Straight ahead! Straight ahead! Come on! Move along now! Come on! Hurry, lads! Come on now! What are we going to do here? Come on! Where are we going to take them? Throw them here! Throw them here! Come on! This way, lads! Bring him down here now! Find him down! There's a booty! Come on now! Let's get the wagon!
Made it.
Good work, Mark.
Right again. Smarty pants.
Look at them stupid animals. Like nothing at all happened. You think they'd be grateful to us for saving their hides?
Yeah, maybe they know. Only to lead them to slaughter.
This isn't over yet. No, you're not going anywhere. Empty your pockets.
What's that you got in your hand? Give me that. Give me that! Look. Enough matches to fire the whole country. Well, you know, I thought that even the Moolies wouldn't do this. Give me that. Give it to me.
What are you going to do?
What does it look like I'm doing? Let them say their prayers. I'm not a pagan.
You're not going to shoot us.
Ho ho!
I think she is.
She can't. She's a woman.
I don't think that's going to stop her.
Did you ever hear the phrase, ladies first?
We were only trying to scare you.
Well, you should be ashamed of yourself. Lying before you meet your maker.
Wait a minute now. You're a sportswoman, are you not, madam?
I am a sportswoman, sir.
Then you'll give these poor fellas a sporting chance.
What would that be?
Give them a run for the money. Give them a space of 50 yards before you start shooting.
50?
40 then. Enough to give them a chance and yet give you a fair shot at them.
40 paces it'll be then.
Oh, count yourselves lucky to have met a true Christian female. Not indifferent to distress, and with a fine sense of sportsmanship.
Will you do the counting for me?
It would be my pleasure.
Any last requests?
Start at the count of 3. And remember, after 40 paces, you're fair game. Ready? 1. No! 2, 3.
Go on, go! Now all we have to do is finish off the gobberlies.
Ah, you'll need a plan for the gobbers.
Can we borrow your motorbike?
That's my nephew, head full of plans.
Of course.
And your revolver?
With pleasure.
And might you have bits and pieces of your uniform from the previous war?
I haven't fit into them for years.
You'll find someone who will.
Are we going to start a war?
But I need a man with a military bearing. Someone who can pass as a soldier.
Look no further.
No, it's too dangerous for you to be seen if you get caught.
When are you planning this mission?
The Gobblies get there at dawn.
I know Sergeant Rowley. He'll still be sleeping off the effects of the night before. I'm your man.
Don't know, Algie.
It's the least I can do after what you're doing for me. I was a good soldier, you know. I just couldn't take the abuse.
Good morning, Mr. Gobberly.
And the same to you, Mr. Gobberly.
In the name of the Republic, I declare this ground to be the property of the people of Ireland. It's the Republican Army! And I order all imperialists to quit this ground this instant minute under pain of death.
Just a minute now.
I hope nobody was shot that didn't deserve it. Come on, let's get these animals where they're supposed to be going. Come on.
I'm for the Republic, man. I am a good Republican.
We'll see about that. Leave this place at once. God save the Republic!
Republican Army. I know it for sure. The daring of it. The suddenness. Here 1 minute, gone the next. It's their calling card, all right.
Did you see the jig they had Bill Gobberly doing? The look on his face.
He'll go a long time living that down. He's not defying them, is he?
Okay, lad. Drive him in the air. Morning to you, sir. I'm Mark Doran. This is our cattle, driven here to be sold. If we inconvenience you in any way, please let me know, and it shall be rectified at once.
But this, what just happened? Those men with the guns.
Whoever did what, I trust no one got hurt. And with God's help, here we are. Only hoping to get as good a price as possible.
Well, now. At this hour, I think this calls for a bit of breakfast. And a warning.
Only a few minutes ago, I saw a young fella here taking off bits and pieces of a uniform and throwing them into the sidecar of a motorbike and then scooting off around the corner. Now, in fact, you have been duped. They're no more the IRA than I am.
You have accomplished what no man has ever done before. But, as I told you, there will be retribution.
When do you think they'll come?
Well, they'll size you up first. Make sure they've got the advantage.
But come they will.
You've upset 200 years of their lording over everyone else. And the Gobberleys can't afford to take that lying down. Now they'll have knapsticks as well. And maybe a pocket full of nice roundy stones. Handy for pelting cattle and them that drives cattle. And for sure and certain, Bill Gobberly will have a blackjack up the sleeve of his coat. And no man knows better how to use it.
And there's many a farmer's boy with a fractured skull would testify to...
Hello.
Could I please trouble you for another bit of bread, sir, to mop up the last of these lovely eggs? And perhaps counter the chill that just came over me.
Over there. What do you think the ratio is, Jelly? I'm not sure, but I'll ask you. I've been looking at that one all morning.
Your job's to watch out for the Gobberleys.
Are you selling?
I am.
So you're the lad that chased away the Gobberleys. And by God, I never thought I'd see the day. And you know what? I won't quibble with you any more than I would with them.
You don't quibble, and that's the gospel truth. He offers you a price, and you takes it or leaves it.
What's the price?
£2, 2 shillings a head for the bullocks. And that's a price that won't be around by noon today.
You'll have to do better than that.
It's a fair price.
Leave him alone. He knows what he's doing.
Hey, come back again. Come here. Now listen, this is my final offer. 43 shillings and sixpence a head.
Yes! 44 shillings and sixpence a head.
Blasted, no,
Give him an even 44 shillings and let that be the end of it.
Listen, I'd rather cut his throat from ear to ear than to give him another copper.
Give him 44 shillings and he'll give you decent luck money.
Yeah?
Say you will, sir.
I will.
We've got a deal. You have a deal. But you'll bring them up to the station for that.
I will.
And you'll bring back the receipt. And if you want your money, I'll be paying out in Durango there all day. Just ask for Kevin Donnelly. They all know me there. Good luck to you, lad.
Thanks, Mr. Donnelly.
John, that's just for the bullocks. Oh, terrific. That's great.
That's why we came.
Oh, yes.
Too old.
Too old? She's no older than my friend here. Never heard his wife complaining.
Yeah. Then maybe you can find a buyer for him.
Thanks.
That was a kind and generous remark, Maeve. And I'm sure God won't punish you for telling lies.
It's a well-known fact, Philly, that the Lord permits a little stretching of the truth. You know, when it's part of the negotiations, like.
Remember now, watch your back. Keep a sharp eye out at all times.
Down, Angie.
You the supervisor?
I am. How many?
65 hit.
They are.
Steady, LG. Steady.
Agreed.
You're safe here. The supervisor's a tender-hearted soul. He thinks you're running away to visit your sick wife when they wouldn't give you leave. I couldn't tell him you were joining the British Army. He'd probably hand you in himself. Here. Take this. He'll smuggle you on as soon as the train starts. Take it. You'll need to buy a ticket. It's your share for helping us on the drive.
God's blessings on you and the rest.
Keep your dander up.
No, not too bad. Not too bad. How are you? Nice to see you. Have a good day. How are you getting on with your heifers and your weanlings?
Not too bad. We're getting a better price than we would back home.
Well, let's hope for our sake that this coming war doesn't end too soon, huh?
Double Fester's price. It was a grand idea of yours, Mark. A grand idea. And you carried it off.
We all carried it off, Philly. It wasn't just me alone.
You should go into politics. Ireland needs a lad like you, with vision and guts.
That's all very well. But our journey's not over yet. I mean, what are we going to do about the bull here? I can't bring it back to Fergus. I promised him I'd look after it. Think of the shame.
For him or the bull?
We could give it to the church for penance.
Penance for what?
There's always a sin to do penance for.
There'll be no trouble here, or I'm calling the civic guard.
Don't worry. If there's any trouble, it'll be outside, not inside. Who's in charge here?
I am.
Is that short-horn bull out there yours?
He is mine.
Do you put a price on him?
You thinking of buying?
I mean, is he valuable to you?
He is.
He shot the bull! You blackguard! You blackguard! I gave my word I would mind that bull!
You'll pay for him.
You will pay for it!
I'll pay you nothing for him.
You owe me for that bull.
I owe you for your dirty tricks. But I'm a fair man, as all here can testify, and I will offer you a fair deal. One of your men against one of mine. Fair and square. One man against the other. Right. If your man wins, I'll pay you for the bull.
Fair fight or rough and tumble?
Rough and tumble.
I'll take 'em on.
No.
I can lick 'em.
I'm in charge here. If there's fighting to be done, I'll do it.
Mark, I'm the fighter here, not you.
That's why I might have a chance. Choose your man.
My little brother, if that's agreeable.
Whoever you say.
Joe!
Oh, no, would you look at the size? That's nobody's little brother.
Mark, you don't stand a chance against the like of that.
This is not worth even the price of the bull.
It's not about the price of a bull.
Well, what is it about?
Privilege.
Privilege.
To the finish.
To the finish.
To the finish.
Well, you're going to fight?
Come on, Joe.
Check it's a fair fight.
Come on. Use your
Come
hands.
on now, Mark.
Come on now.
Come on,
Come on. Stand up to him. Stand up to him, Mark. Go on.
Miss! Miss! Miss!
Come on, he's on you. Come on. Come on.
Bide your time, Mark.
Oh, Mark. Get on. Mark. Get in there. Come on, Mark. Stay ahead of Mark. Go on. Go for it, boy. Get in there now.
Come on.
Right on the front, Mark. Come on. On the
Joe, come on.
Go on, Mark. Go on. Hold hands up.
Go on.
He's tiring. Come on, he's tiring.
The only one.
Go on. Now, Mark. Now, go on.
Give him Dixie!
Get him.
Hands up, Mark.
Come on and blast me.
Squash him, Mark. Squash him like a mouse.
Go on.
Go on! Go on, Mark! Go on!
Go on.
Choke the life out of him.
No. Mark.
Joe, what are you doing?
Come on. Come on.
Come here, I'll get him, you dirty knife! Come here! Here, go! Come here!
Annie! Annie! Where's my Annie? Mark Doran! Where are you? Where are you? Father! You! Mark Doran! Behind you! Mark Doran, where are you? Mark Doran! Where are you? Where's my Annie?
Your face?
Oh, that. You should see the other fella.
You're bleeding.
I'll explain later. We biscuit on the train. Thanks for getting her here.
The rector bought me a flower as well. It was sweet of him.
Just call me Cupid. But Mark, is it the start you want for yourselves? Running away?
Annie?
I'm here.
So it's Fergus. He's in the square. He's come looking for us.
Can I help?
You can get the train started quicker. We best go.
I'll see if I can calm Fergus down. He won't refuse a drink from me.
Thank you.
Go on now. You'll be fine once you're on the train.
We sold them all, you know. Got a good price from them as well. Even more than I'd hoped.
That's wonderful.
Except for your dad's bull.
Oh?
He got shot.
Oh.
And then there was a bit of a fight. Nothing much, difference of opinion.
Was it so terrible, the trip?
It was an adventure, all right. But I learned a bit, though, about what I can do. Eloping's not the same, you know. I mean, the same as running away. After all, we'll be coming back.
I'm here, Mark.
But you're not happy about it.
I'm happy to be with you.
I want to be what you want me to be.
I want you to be who you are.
Tickets, please. Tickets, please.
Are we fully on the move?
We are. Unless that's an earthquake I'm feeling. Seats further along.
Did the Gubberleys pay for him?
No, not a shilling.
Well, I'll have words with them.
They'll pay quick enough, I guarantee it. After what we did to them.
Right here.
Well.
We're getting married, Fergus. Annie and me. We'd like your blessing, but we're doing it with or without. We love each other.
Fergus, look, he's my flesh and blood. Please don't start.
Wisht! Face to face. That's what I said. Running off, both of you. Cowards! Stealing away in the middle of the night. You want my daughter? You want Annie? Is that what you want? Well, then face me like a man.
He is facing you.
You stay out of it, girl.
Don't talk to her like that.
What?
She's my wife. To be. She's got a right to be heard.
She's my daughter. That is my Annie.
Yes, Father. And I marks Annie as well. For I will be his wife.
What are you lot staring at? You have my blessing. What are you waiting for? All of you. Celebrations on me.
Drinks for the house!